Hello, my name is Andrew Melendez, and this is my ANM120 Artist Report. I chose Jerry Lorenzo. Jerry Lorenzo is the founder, owner, creator, designer, and the creative director for the luxury streetwear brand called Fear of God. He is also now the creative director for Adidas Basketball Global. Jerry Lorenzo was born in Sacramento, California on October 5th, 1977. He is the son of Ernest and former MLB player, coach, and manager Jerry Manuel. Many mornings like my own, he and his family did daily devotions together. His inspiration for the name Fear of God came from a book frequently studied by his mother, My Utmost for His Highest by Oswald Chambers. As stated in the Complex article, God's Plan, Jerry says, I always wanted to do something about Christianity, but it seemed corny. But when I read My Utmost for His Highest, I knew I had the foundation and the base to keep me going. It was enough for me to build on, and I knew I had a name for my company. Even though Fear of God had endorsements from artists like Kanye West and designers like Virgil Abloh, it didn't start that way. Jerry's career didn't start as most fashion designers. As a son of a baseball player, his family moved around a lot when he was younger. Eventually, he would get his BA from Florida A&M University, and then he would move to Los Angeles to attend Loyola Marymount for his MBA. While he was in LA working on his MBA, he worked in a stockroom at Diesel. One day, they gave him the opportunity on the sales room floor, and he sold over $5,000 worth of merchandise. After that, he never went back to the stockroom. He says that in the stockroom, it gave him the understanding of the product and the fit, and his natural talent and knowledge made him a great salesperson. Soon, Jerry would leave Diesel and work for the Los Angeles Dodgers because his father was an MLB manager. He wanted to combine his passion for the game and hustle together, and this would eventually lead him to Chicago as he pursued being a sports agent. But in 2008, Jerry would relocate back to Los Angeles, and he started his career as a party promoter. He would brand his parties as JL Nights. These parties were a success and regularly attended and attracted large crowds and celebrities. This is where he developed a focus on making a great product. He explains, the positive skill set I got from working in nightlife was that I built a party that was so good I didn't even have to ask you to come out to. You just wanted to be there. After becoming a father, Jerry wanted to pursue something more honorable and substantial. Even though JL Nights were successful, he wanted to do something his children could be proud of. He always knew that parties weren't the long-term goal. So with no formal training in fashion, he took $14,000 from savings and began Fear of God. Jerry would later say, I literally knew nothing. I don't know about production seasons, how to make a pattern. I felt like there was something missing in my closet, and if it was missing in mine, then it must be missing in yours too. And with that philosophy, he began to create. Like most beginnings, there were lots of ups and downs. Jerry found himself being taken advantage of and stolen from. Many production managers stole from him, but even with all that, he never lost his conviction that he had something to offer. By 2012, Jerry was finishing up some of his first pieces. He already had some notable personalities wearing his clothing. His wife actually got a few pieces to the rapper Big Sean, which led to Kanye West seeing Jerry's work and approaching him about it. This meeting would blossom into a relationship that had Jerry working on West's tour merchandise and also a Yeezy collaboration. Then, in 2013, Fear of God launched. Fear of God blends high and low. Jerry's lifestyle with his nostalgic love for grunge heroes of the 1990s upbringing. A cross between Kurt Cobain and Allen Iverson. Fear of God is now on its 7th collection, with partnerships and collaborations along the way. Some notable collaborations were with Nike, PacSun, The Purpose Tour by Justin Bieber, New Era, and others. Jerry serves as an inspiration to many creatives, not just in fashion. His passion, pursuit, hard work, and dedication are an example of what it looks like to chase your dreams. I chose Jerry Lorenzo because I relate to his story. I am also Latino, creative, religious, and passionate. I want to tell my story through the pieces I create. I don't necessarily want to create articles of clothing yet, but I want to tell my story through video. I call it creating with purpose. The creative element being video, and my purpose is to bring light to a dark world. Through video, I not only want to tell others' stories, but mine as well. I believe that all our stories fit into a larger narrative that God has crafted. I want to be a creative director to tell the stories of products, clothing, or sneakers that I work on. One day I'd like to create pieces and visions to tell my story as Jerry does through his clothing. I believe finishing my BA in strategic communications and continuing to enhance my skills as a video producer and editor will open many doors. I'd also like to take some specialized classes in filmmaking and story production, eventually getting my master's in film or marketing or maybe even communications. You can find examples of my work on my Instagram, and you have seen many displays of Jerry's work throughout the presentation. And that is my artist report. Thank you so much.